What up YouTube? Ernesto's Playlist here. Time for another reaction, and it's the second on a set of two Sabaton reactions because Sabaton just dropped two new singles at once. The Duelist, which I just made a reaction to, and Lightning at the Gates. Now, The Duelist was a solid Sabaton song about Miyamoto Musashi. Lightning at the Gates, I don't know what it's about. Thankfully, Sabaton have thought of that and have added a little description in their lyric video. So Lightning at the Gates is about Hannibal Barca, a Carthaginian general from North Africa. Oh, Carthage. Okay. So the song's going to be about a Carthaginian general. I've definitely heard of Hannibal as a historical figure. I don't really know exactly what he... Wait, no, wasn't he the guy who led, like, his army, which had mountain crossing elephants to attack Rome on the Italian peninsula? Isn't he that guy? Because if he is, that's fucking awesome as hell. Just imagine elephants just fighting in Rome and shit. Just war elephants. That's fucking crazy. So this single comes out as the fourth single of Sabaton teasing their new album called Legends, which they just unveiled, which is coming out later this year. Each song is about a historical figure. In other words, a legend from history. So let's see how this song holds up to the rest of them. If it has something unique about it or if it's a typical Sabaton song, which isn't a bad thing. But without further ado, let's get right into Sabaton Lightning at the Gates official lyric video. Let's go. Oh, there's a dude on the elephant.
From the road through the mountains they go.
Yeah, that has to be about him, the elephant guy. Typical Sabaton instrumentals.
Approaching change of seasons, threatening march over mountains. An army ascends as the time is running out. A desperate move, a brave surprise. A threat to Rome comes from the north through rocks they...
Yeah, that's what I said. I was on the right track.
Over mountains, an army far from home, in beast and man through the cold and snow. Marching, they're moving on road, guided by the stars like the valley below.
Man.
Break the illusion of the foe as they cross the range where no armies go. Marching, descending on road from the peaks to the heart of their foe.
Damn! Again, goosebumps.
My goal's to find the way, unite the tribes to show them through the mountains, higher and higher across
King of the sky.
the divide. Face the odds, the mountain's wrath. We took the unexpected path to the battles that await them down below. Through the ice, through the cold and the snow. Over mountains, an army far from home, leading beast and man through the cold and snow. Marching, they're moving on Rome, guided by the stars like the valley below. Break the illusion of the foe as they cross the range where no armies go. Marching, descending on Rome from the peaks to the heart of their foe.
There's the guitar solo. God damn, that's glorious. Just glorious sounding. It's like we're sailing on the guitar. That's the feeling that I get from this guitar solo. Oh, build up.
Guided by the stars like the valley below. Break the
God damn! So that was Sabaton Lightning at the Gates. This song also flew by fast, however, not as fast for me as The Duelist. With Sabaton, you're starting to notice the Sabaton song structure. Of course, every song is different, but for example, the Sabaton guitars are very distinct and noticeable. The whole like glorious choir, almost chanting in the background elements, not necessarily actually a choir, but the feeling of a choir, like you're in a big hall with echoing sound and stuff. I get that in like most Sabaton songs, that feeling. This one also had that. And this song was actually very similar to Christmas Truce. A little bit The Red Baron. And what was that song? Soldier of Heaven. That's what I meant. Because Soldier of Heaven is obviously about a soldier up in the mountains, and this song was about like going over snowy mountains. And maybe that's an association that I get just from knowing what those songs are about. But it felt like all those songs condensed into one, and of course their own unique spin on the tale of Hannibal, how he crossed to Rome. Very interesting song. So, historical fact time. Right there, Sabaton provides us with a nice historical fact about the song in the description of the video. Hannibal Barca, a Carthaginian general from North Africa, became one of Rome's most formidable foes after the First Punic War. Determined to restore Carthage's glory, he took command of its army at age 26. Damn. That young, and led a daring invasion of Italy from Iberia, famously crossing the Alps with his army and 37 war elephants. Yep, there it is. Hannibal secured major victories at Trebia and Lake Trasimene, with his most famous success at the Battle of Cannae in 216 BC, where he oh, it was that long ago, right, of course. Keep forgetting that the Roman Empire was literally like before Jesus was born, where he employed a masterful double envelopment to crush a much larger Roman force, a tactic that's still studied in military strategy today. So that's what the song was about, and honestly the song did give those glorious vibes of a battle, of like a legend going into battle and making the legend of himself, which is what that entire upcoming album is about. So I'd say Sabaton did an absolutely solid job with this song. Final rating for Sabaton Lightning at the Gates is going to be an A from me, because it didn't necessarily captivate me as much as other songs, or as much as The Duelist did, but it does hype you up. It makes you want to like chant together in unison, like at a Sabaton concert, and it did give me goosebumps. So I'd say it did its job well. So let's look forward to more Sabaton songs. Hopefully not too many, because they might end up doing the thing where they release half of the album or more than half the album before the album actually comes out as singles, which I don't personally like. I want to be at least a little bit surprised when the album comes out. Let's look forward to the album. If there's any more singles, I'll do reactions to them, because this is Ernesto's playlist, and this is going to be a part of my playlist. Looking forward to listening to it again and giving it more chances, and catch me in the next reactions. Peace.